Yeah, that greedy billionaire. Oh, wait, sorry, trillionaire, Elon Musk. He's at it again, robbing people's money, holding on to his money. Sad.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel! Today we've got something really exciting to show you. Let's get into it!
So he's building free tunnels now. Have you heard this? This is interesting. He's going to build a free tunnel in Baltimore. He's going to build one in Dallas. And he's going to build one in New Orleans. Free of charge, no charge. You won't see it on NBC, you won't see it on CNN, you probably won't see it on CNBC, even though they're all about finance. It's interesting, CNBC talks about finance, but they basically try to mock the richest man in the world. It's pretty wild. You know, he just offered to pay all the TSA agents pay while the government gets their head out of their ass and agrees to pay them. You know, they have to be paid ultimately. But it should be glaringly obvious to people. And if it's not, I don't know what is wrong with you. Greed is not coming from the billionaires. Greed is coming from the people who you're paying your taxes to. Because you see, they don't care about you. They don't care about anybody. They don't have any problems. They don't care about money because they have lots of it. And we constantly keep funding it. So then they like to talk about Elon Musk. And the thing I love about him is he just laughs at them. He laughs. When they mock his money, he laughs at them. Who was it? AOC? I think AOC said something negative, said something derogatory about him. And she said, whatever, blah, 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 billionaire. He says, excuse me, I'd like to correct you there. I think he meant trillionaire. So, look, we are about to get crushed by artificial intelligence, job-wise. People are going to lose millions of jobs. And if you think it's not happening, you need to get your head out of your butt because it's coming and it's already happening. And what's going to happen after all this shakes down, and although it's going to be very painful in the beginning, what's going to happen is the cost of everything is going to come down. There's already pushes on certain items. Robotaxi, this Model Y that I'm driving, it drives itself. When Robotaxi and Cybercab start to scale, they're already out there. They're already working. They're already half the price of an Uber. When they start to scale, you are going to see transportation costs drop. Now, if you've been paying attention, Jay Leno, I'll actually link that video in the description. Jay Leno did a video on the Tesla semi-truck. And it's so funny. People don't even know that this exists. We do in the Tesla community because we've been studying it and following it for a long time. This is a 1,000,000-mile truck. Try to get your head around that. This truck has the ability to travel 1,000,000 miles. And it will do so. There's already a few of them out there that have already done 500,000, and they're perfectly fine. And they look brand new. You know what? Look at a Tesla. Go look at a 2020 or a 2019 or a 2018 Tesla. Tell me it doesn't still look brand new, unless the person has really beat it up. These products hold up really well. Everything Tesla makes, everything Elon Musk makes, actually, holds up really well, including the free tunnels that he's going to be providing to citizens in cities. Now, where I'm going with this is very simple. Big corporations don't want to give the government any more money. And I know people will say, well, they don't pay taxes anyway. No, technically they don't. Let me explain this to you very simply. As a corporation, and I'm a corporation, I'm a small corporation. As a corporation, your job is to employ people. And the people you employ pay taxes. Now, if you go away, nothing gets done. Nobody has a job, nobody pays taxes. So the government are done. Without you, not without me. But here's what's going to happen. Musk is doing it. Jeff Bezos, you're starting to see him doing it. And Bill Gates, even though I'm not a fan, he's doing it. So is Warren Buffett. You are going to see private companies like those guys, the billionaires that you love to hate, they're going to start funding things. So they're basically going to cut out the middleman, because we know that the middleman wastes the money. Like, it's literally money wasted. Tesla has its own insurance company already. I mean, you should be able to get a driver's license through Tesla. Why the hell do you need to go into a building and stand for hours and hours and hours dealing with a bunch of people who don't even want those jobs? But the jobs are so secure that they don't want to go anywhere else. I mean, it's like dealing with a mute. And this is not because of them. They're humans, they're individuals, they have to feed their families. But they are so beaten down by the system that they work for that they don't have a brain of their own anymore. Those people deserve a better life. So what will happen is, when these big corporations, these big companies like the big Musks, when they come in and start funding projects like this is going to be much better for communities, for the little people at the bottom, like us. You're going to see this happen more and more and more and more. And that's why when Elon Musk says there will be an abundance of everything, he's talking about that. That's what he's talking about. He's talking about the fact that you will not need to own a car. He will own all the cars. Or maybe agents like me will own some of the cars. I'm hoping that he will allow me to buy Cybercab. I can put it out into a fleet. You will pay to use it. I will get a piece of that. He will get a piece of that. But you will pay so little money that it will be a huge benefit to you. So what's wrong with that? You know, a couple of years ago, I did Uber for a little while. I did Uber actually right after the pandemic, because I wanted to do something. I want to get out. I wanted to do something. And I did Uber, and at first I did Lyft, because it's harder to sign up for Uber than it is for Lyft. Anyway, I digress. I signed up for Lyft. And I remember I was in South Carolina. I picked up a kid in North Charleston in a really like poor neighborhood. And I took him to a fast food joint, which was, I don't know, a few miles away. His fare was $10. Back then, minimum wage was like $9 here, or $10. It's 15 now, thanks to, inflation. But of course, that kid's not better off than he was then either. But anyway, the fare was $10. And I'm sitting there going, it's costing him $20 to go to work. So 2 hours of his workday are paid just on getting to and from work. Imagine if that was $1 or $2 or $3 or even $5. Even if it was 50% less than what he had to pay that day, he would be ahead of the game. So you times that by an American population of what are we at now? 347 million, maybe more, something like that. This is going to be the new world. So pay very close attention to what the billionaires are doing and how they're suggesting to the government, no, we'll do this. And by the way, like him or not, Trump is in there right now, and a guy like Elon Musk shows up and says, hey, I'll pay for that. And Trump says, wow, that would be great. But the reality is, he's not allowed to do that, because the government prevent that from happening. So there are a lot of Elon Musks out there. Look, think about it yourself, right? You deal with nonprofits all the time. I don't care if it's the Cancer Society or United Way or a lot of these companies. Some of them are great, some of them are not. Most of them make an enormous amount of money, and only pennies go to the people they're supposedly taking care of. You know this. You know this is happening. So what have you done lately? I know what you've done. You've done the same thing I've done. You find people who are in need, people who are close to you, people who are in your neighborhood, and you take care of them. You don't announce it. You don't advertise it. You're not looking for Lord knows, you're not looking for recognition, and you're certainly not looking for advertising. And the reason I laugh when I say that is, if you think that Elon Musk is offering to pay TSA because he wants the media to talk nice about him, you got another thing coming. This is coming from the right place. And what you're doing is coming from the right place. You already know that the systems that are in place, supposedly to take care of the underprivileged, you know those systems are broken. And you know that there are so many people who have to get paid before the money gets to those individuals that they get nothing. So this is a whole new world. This is a world order. And going forward, governments will, I'm sorry, but they're going to have to get out of the way. The government are not the answer. Ronald Reagan said it years ago. The government is not the solution. They're actually part of the problem. The government's job should be to regulate. They should regulate. They should just say, hey, you can't give that person that drug because it will kill them. That's their job. The worst thing you can let the government do is take care of the checkbook. I mean, giving the government a checkbook is like giving an alcoholic $100 and sending them into a liquor store and telling them to buy you a pack of cigarettes or telling them to buy you a candy bar. Cigarettes are bad for you too, by the way. But you just can't do that, and we've got to stop doing that. So anyway, Elon Musk is starting to give out free stuff. He's not just handing it to people on the street. He's not just giving it to an entity that's going to take 50% of it, right? And give maybe a penny out of that $100 to the needy. He's actually going in, he's finding problems, and he's paying out of his pocket to solve those problems. This is benefiting all of humanity, and he's just getting started. And he's one of many. And I can guarantee you, if you think, I want you to open up your mind and understand, guys like Musk and Bezos and many others, they don't sit around saying, hey, where am I going to make the next billion or the next trillion? They sit around and say, how can I make this better? Or what can I do over here? Or how could I create this? Or man, you think I could get a rocket to Mars? But deep inside their core, these people are deep-rooted humanitarians. And you need to understand that. I think people are waking up to the fact that Tesla, as a brand, is an honest brand. You know, I'm going to leave a link in the description here because I offer free marketing advice to people. I don't charge for it. And I created just a little paper, and it's basically Marketing 101. Marketing has not changed in the history of the world. It has not changed. People will tell you, oh, it's online marketing now, and there's Instagram, there's all this and that and the other, and there's guerrilla marketing, and there's this campaign and that campaign. The fundamentals have not changed. When I first discovered Tesla, and I started to dig deeper into the man, into the people he surrounded himself with, in that little shop where they took a Mazda and put batteries on it. He was there with J.B. Straubel and others. I said, these guys are the good guys, man. They're taking on a system that has been using and abusing people for 100 years. This is real. This is legit. And then I got deeper and deeper and deeper into the product. And then I bought one. Then I bought it. I bought my first Tesla Model 3 in 2022. Now I drive a 2025 Model Y. This is not just a great product. This product is going to change the lives of people like you would not believe. And it's very dear to me, and it's very important to me for one reason, and for one reason only. The last time I felt this way about something, and I've been in business a long time, but the last time I truly felt like I was making a difference and really changing people's lives It was back in the 80s. I worked for a man in Arizona called Tom O'Hare. He had a Yellow Pages. You had the phone company and you had us, the little guy. We were an independent telephone directory company. We changed the lives of the people who own small businesses because we brought them a product that was affordable, that was honest, and it was community based. My boss, Tom, he never made a really big profit because you know what? All the money that he received for advertising, he spent back in those businesses. I swear to God. He would go in and he would sell an ad to a body shop, and 2 days later his car is in the body shop getting a new paint job or whatever. He would sell an ad to a restaurant, and 2 days later he's in the restaurant eating dinner. I learned a lot from that man. But the one thing I learned was there are people in this world who are very honest and who have a lot of integrity. And Elon Musk is that guy. And this is very, very dear to my heart. I truly believe in this guy. And I truly believe that all of this stuff he is doing is changing lives. If you look at the solar industry, the way he's pushing solar right now, think about it for a minute. You can buy a Cybertruck right now. You can take it home. And yes, it's expensive. Good things are expensive. Also, good things last forever. You can bring that Cybertruck home. If there's a power outage in your neighborhood, that Cybertruck will power your house for I think 3 or 4 days, depending on the usage. 3 or 4 days, it will power your house. People forget, speaking of giving, do you remember the LA fires? People forget that Elon Musk sent in an entire fleet of Cybertrucks into those neighborhoods as generators, because that's what they are. They're big giant generators that some people stupidly call dumpsters. And by the way, that dumpster today just got the highest rating for safety. No truck has ever gotten that award before. None. Zero. The IHS gave Cybertruck, the dumpster, the highest rating in the history. So go back to North Carolina. Remember the hurricane? Do you remember Greg Biffle, Lord rest his soul, flying in there with food and goods? And you know what else they brought in there? Starlinks. Do you remember the Ukraine war? Do you remember Elon Musk sending in Starlinks to the Ukrainian people so they could communicate with each other? And mark my words, I don't know how this thing is going to end up in Iran, but mark my words, when the good people can get in there and start to see what's actually going on in the ground, I can guarantee you there's going to be Starlinks dropping out of the heavens just like rain. And the people of Iran, thanks to Elon Musk, will be able to communicate with the rest of the world because the rest of the world is ready to embrace them. Yeah. God, I hate those billionaires. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, please like, subscribe, and share the video. And leave a comment down below. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me how good the government is and how efficient they are, and how maybe it's a better idea that we move that efficiency into more of a system like we use every day in our businesses. We can't waste money in our businesses. We can't mistreat people in our businesses. We can't hold the guy at the bottom down because we never expand if we hold people down. We must give people the power and the tools, and we must take their stress away so that they can be the next big thinkers and create the next big ideas. Keep an eye on the billionaires. They're not the bad guys.
Woo! This is living!